Today we're going to do the self-employment tax form. This has to be done if you have a profit on your sole proprietorship or small business, and where we are going to put the income. So we're going to put our income, net profit or loss from Schedule C. So this is going to come from line 31 that we did the other day. So make sure that, again, the profit and loss was from line 31. Put that in there. So down here, $9,000. So we're going to transfer that to line 2 here. So then the next thing we're going to do is combine any of this. This has to do with farm, Social Security, disability. We don't have any of that. So we're just going to put $9,000. Now we are going to, because we only have to pay taxes on 92.35% of this. Okay, so we're going to take 9,000, multiply it by that. We are going to get 8,312 for this particular scenario. Down here, this is going to be something that we are not going to do. So we are going to skip that. So this is going to say if less than $400, stop, you don't owe self-employment tax. So anything underneath $400, we are not going to owe on. But we are well over that. So we are going to, and we are not a church employee, so we're going to skip down to line 6, and it says add lines 4C to 5B. Obviously, we don't have anything there. Now here, this is the maximum amount of combined wages and self-employment earnings subject to Social Security tax at 6.2 and the 7.65%. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down here because again, we don't have any Social Security wages and tips that are reported. So we are going to go all the way down here because we do not have any of these items, and we're going to put, it says subtract line 8D, which is 0, from line 7. Okay, so we are going to end up with 168,600 is going to be our maximum that we will pay. Maximum the maximum threshold for our profit. So we're going to multiply lines 6 because it's a smaller of line 6 or 9. So if I look at 9 and I look at line 6, this is a smaller number because obviously we didn't make that much. So if we multiply that by 12.4, we're going to get 1,031, which is going to be our Social Security. And then we're going to multiply line 6 by 2.9%, which is going to give us $241. So our self-employment tax is going to be $1,272. Oops, sorry. And as I go down here, it also says deduction for 1/2 of self-employment tax. Multiply line 12, which is this line, by 50%, or you can just do half. And we're going to enter that on line 15 on Schedule 1. And we're going to enter this amount on Schedule 2, okay? But this is actually going to go on to Form 1040, okay? So now that we have this completed, we are going to skip over to Schedule 1, which is additional income and adjustments to income. There are a lot of different things that you could add as adjustments to income. They're all listed here. I asterisked a couple that very well could happen. Rental and real estate. I have to do that from Schedule E. You could have unemployment compensation, gambling, like if you went to the casino and maybe won more than $600, they would give you a 1099. You would have to record that here, prizes and awards, etc. So this would all be income. We do record our income or loss from Schedule C, so that was $9,000. We're going to add all of our additions in here, which we don't have any, so that's going to give us a grand total of an additional $9,000. Okay, we are going to enter that on Form 1040, just so you know. On the back side, we have additional adjustments to income. This could be subtractions, okay? So on line 15 says deduction part of self-employment tax. So we are going to take this out of the gross, $636. So we don't have anything else, but you could possibly have maybe some student loan interest, or maybe you contribute to a health savings account deduction. I do have educator expenses that sometimes I write off. So down here, $636 is going to be our total. One last thing I want to mention that I did not include, which is a Schedule 2, okay? For self-employment tax, you would want to fill out a Schedule 2. And if you look here on line 12, it says self-employment tax, and then it says reported on Schedule 2. So on the Schedule 2, again, I did not include this because basically he does not have any of these other taxes. So 1837 is what we would record on line 4. And then on the back side, you would add up anything else. And again, he does not have any recaptured credits. He doesn't have any tax on accumulated distributions of trust. He does not have any of these other things. So his grand total for other taxes is going to be $1,837. So that is going to go on to line 23B for our 1040. Okay, we will do that in the next day.